Hear me? Hello. Hello. Oh, wait. I don't think so. Okay. Hey, y'all. We are back. Baby, I have been being a mother. Okay. Soccer has started. Everything has started. Homeschooling has started. So, I've been a bit MIA for 2 weeks, but we are back with our lives and continuing our male health series on your vitality and your strength and what are the four pillars of this male health. Now, well, of your male health. well, the penis. We have to always start with your healthy penis. And so there are particular foundations that you want to Mm, well, there are particular corners of a foundation that you want to consider and upkeep to make sure that you're building upon a healthy foundation so that you get the desired results that you want when it comes to your male body. Um, Foundation is everything. No matter what, when you're building a house, when you're building that house, you want to make sure that the foundation is strong because on everything else it stands, correct? Right? So it's the same thing when it comes to your health. It's the same thing when it comes to your male health. It's very important to make sure that you are focused on those foundations. Okay. Now, last time in this series, we talked about digestion. Remember, you want to ensure that your foods are healthy, that you are putting high quality things inside of your body to make sure that you are absorbing good nutrients, right? So, foods are extremely important, but also hormones. Your hormones are extremely important as well. And as you know, what is the number one hormone for male health? You hear it all the time. It is testosterone. Testosterone is the hormone that rules the show. Okay. It runs the show. You need it. You hear it. It's what you're basically fearing that will that will decline and will just take away from your vitality as a man. But as long as you understand testosterone, how it works, what it does, and how to keep it up, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So it's just important to be aware of that and to make sure that you are keeping it high and not doing things to keep your testosterone high and not things that will boost either estrogen or knock down testosterone. So let's talk about these things, okay? So testosterone killers, okay? Now, foods, of course. We started with digestion, right? We know that foods are extremely important when it comes to building your health. We know this, right? We know this. We just don't know how to eat. And so last week we talked about protein, we talked about healthy fats, we talked about fiber. You need these three things to make sure that your foundation is strong when it comes to your digestion. And if you are eating foods, which I post about this all the time on Peacock Mama Botanicals, Instagram, and also I talk about it all the time on Peacock Mama TV Instagram about all the things that you should eat that boosts your testosterone. But we're not always aware of things that might be lowering. Of course, fried foods, okay? Fried foods just introduce just nothing. They're just like nutrient deserts that you're filling your stomach with, okay? Your body can't take in anything because it doesn't exist. Fried foods, they're heavy with the oils, giving you lower HDLs, which is the good cholesterol, and higher LDLs, which is the bad cholesterol. You technically need both. It's just that when you're eating foods like fried foods, it tends to be over overkill when it comes to the LDLs. Okay, you don't want overkill. You want perfect amounts. When you have too much LDL in your bloodstream, it can get like caught up. Oh wait, hey, walnuts. Of course, walnuts are great. I posted about walnuts actually today because they're a great source of fatty acids. Okay, so yes, walnuts are great. So yeah, when your body is when your arteries are clogged with LDL, it can get like stuck in your arteries, and your body's like, oh no, something's stuck and it's inflaming the arteries. We have to repair the arteries. And then like your body makes this makes makes this like, I don't, it makes me think of like a wasp or something. This is how I picture it. You know, like when a wasp like makes a nest and stuff like that, and like it's like covering something. That's what basically your body is doing inside of your arteries. And so the more of that plaque that your body's actually trying to heal you with, it harms you, and it causes it, the alley or the tube, the artery, to become harder to get the blood through. Okay, so anyways, that's what's happening. And you, fried foods is a source of that. It's one of the um I want to say founding fathers. I don't know why I would say that. Anyways, but it's one of the sources of the plaque occurring, which produces high cholesterol and high blood pressure, which is horrible for your mental health. Now, also foods that will kill your testosterone are like high estrogen like foods, like tofu. Um, Tofu could be good if you eat it in moderation, but soy is just one of those things that mimic estrogen. So you don't want to overdo it with those things. Um, Oh, I have a list in my head. So I have fried foods, things like that are soy based. Um, Also, oh, sugar. Okay, so sugar, of course, we know is bad, but it's not all bad, right? You need the carbs, you need the fruits, which turns into sugar, to sustain your stamina, to keep you energetic, to keep you going and going. But you want to make sure that you limit it. You don't want high amounts of sugary foods or processed foods, because then it spikes your blood sugar. Then you have more estrogen. I mean, estrogen. You do have more estrogen, but you have more insulin your body has to put out instead of that glycogen. And it just throws off the entire balance, producing issues with your testosterone, throwing off your hormones. Now, of course, it's not just food that kills testosterone. Of course, we know it's cortisol. Okay, so you want to make sure that your stress levels are low, 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 low. I today, y'all. Okay, so I got an aura ring so I could track my stress and also my sleep. Okay, and so my stress level gave me like a little alert, because I was fussing at my kids, and I just had to fuss kind of back to back. I have six, and I teach them at home, so I was fussing at them, and my stress levels were high, and so I stopped us in the middle of the day. We all did meditation, including me. I got myself back calm, went into restoration mode, and now my body was able to push through the day instead of fighting against my stressful moments, right? Because that tears your body down, that boosts your cortisol, and it throws off your hormones, including testosterone. It's literally like pushing it down. Oh, I'm gonna have a video today, a short, like a game show. I've been doing a game show series of for my shorts, and I have a video today that will show that about about the cortisol, a part of my game show series. So make sure y'all see that, and send them to this video. So yes, you want to make sure that your cortisol levels are low, and you are stress less. You can't take away stress because it's kind of like just part of life, but you can reduce it, and you can counteract the stress. Like, okay, like for example, I'm such a nerd. Okay, so I had 30 minutes of stress, like worth of stress. And so when I did the meditation, I had like 115 minutes of restoration. So it helps to combat the stress and make my body at peace. And my estrogen levels, great. And progesterone and whatever other hormone that I need to be. Oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin. You know all of these. So, how to boost it naturally? How to boost yourself naturally? What you do is meditate, of course, lowering that stress, taking away issues that can cause stress, eating those healthy foods such as walnuts that he mentioned before. I wonder, can I put this up? Dang, can I put this up? Okay, here it goes. Okay, good, good. Oh wait, okay, there we go. That Mike mentioned before, walnuts, um, egg yolks. What else did I have on my list today? Because I posted about this today. salmon, chia seeds, all of these good things. Okay, you want to eat those things that are boosting your testosterone, boosting your hormones. Well, I want to say stabilizing and giving your hormones what they need to thrive. Your testosterone what it needs to thrive, because testosterone is it's a steroid based hormone, which means that it needs fat to create itself. So you need to eat that fat, right? You want to make sure you're eating the good, healthy fats that it needs so that you can keep those levels elevated as they do decline with age, unfortunately. Age is a factor in decline, but it's only concrete if you don't support it. If you keep, like just having the lifestyle that you've always had, even if it's a poor lifestyle, you don't want to continuously have that because then it will produce decline. It just will produce decline as you go in age. Your body just starts to taper off its fervor, like its strength. And you have to support it. So it's good. I think we're supposed to learn how to take care of our bodies in the early stages so that we can support our body as we get older. I think that should have been the plan, but it just was not. So, anyways, I had a whole thing with cortisol versus testosterone. So let's just kind of dive into it a little bit longer, a little bit more. So cortisol is, if you don't know, is the hormone that your adrenals excrete when you are in a stressful state, when you're in a fight or flight state. Your nervous system, your autonomic nervous system, it has two branches. It has parasympathetic and it has sympathetic. And so, I want to write this down. Let me write this down. Look, y'all, I have this for y'all. Okay, wait. Like, okay, I have my eraser. Okay. Okay, this is my board. Okay, here we go. Okay, so all I need. Wow, I wasn't prepared. Oh, I don't like this. Okay, I found them. Yeah. I found them. Okay, so we're opening up my markers. Okay, let's use. Okay, we're back. Let's use black. Okay, so you have two branches of your autonomic nervous system. Okay, so I'm going to put autonomic up here. Autonomic nervous system. Okay, I made it too big. Okay, so you have two branches of your autonomic. Okay, it's backwards. I need to figure out how to flip this. Like, what is going on? Anyways, I'm gonna show y'all in this way. Okay, so I'm just gonna make it a color. I'm gonna make it black. So you have your autonomic nervous system here, right? Okay, so this is your autonomic nervous system. Now you have your parasympathetic nervous system. I'm gonna make the parasympathetic nervous system a heart and the sympathetic nervous system a star. Okay, so you have two branches of this automatic nervous system that just works based off of you, what you're feeling, what you're doing, what your brain is processing, all of those things, how you are working, how your body's working healthily or not. So you have your parasympathetic nervous system. It's what you eat, what you drink. It's the digestive system. It's your sexual side. It's your happy. Okay, it's your heartbeats, like everything that's just like normal, breathing in, breathing out. That is the parasympathetic nervous system when you are at rest. Okay, now sympathetic nervous system it's great too. You need it to survive. You need both of these to survive, right? You need to be able to run from danger. You need those cortisol levels to be elevated so that your body can know, okay, let me give more blood to the extremity so this person can run away. Well, I can run away. They can run away. I don't know how our body attaches to ourselves. Anyway, um, or let my heart beat faster. All of these things. Let me stop digesting food because we ain't got time for that. All of these things. Now, if you are always in the stress, what is it called? It's called a stress and something. It's something anyway. But anyways, if you're always in fight or flight mode, then you won't digest food well. It'll cut down the absorption of your nutrients. You will also not. Oh yeah, you won't. Who cares about having pleasurable intimacy with my wife when we're stressed? You see. So we got stuff to do. We gotta survive. So all of these happy things that we love, that we desire, and we want most of the time, it won't work if your sympathetic nervous system is activated. Okay. So cortisol comes from this. That's why cortisol is not what you want to be in a focus. You don't want your body to be focused on cortisol 24/7. You want your body to be focused on vasopressin. Okay. That's a great hormone that boosts men's health. Um, Testosterone. Okay. Vasopressin, testosterone. I haven't talked about vasopressin. I haven't talked about that in a while. Hopefully y'all can hear that. That is my printer. That was kind of loud. Anyways, printing labels for my teas. But anyways, oh, and y'all can get my teas right here. It's a QR code. Okay, click that. Like, dang, if you're watching on your phone, you can't do it, but you can screenshot it. Okay. So and then you guys can go to my link. Anyways, to get my teas, all of the herbs, and we'll talk about that in a second. So, anyways, you want to make sure that your sympathetic nervous system is off until you need it. You may need it to focus on a project at work. You may need it to figure out a problem solve for your family. That's what this is for. Use that for this. But don't use it when you're supposed to be making love. You're supposed to be boosting the testosterone. You're supposed to be absorbing those nutrients. You want the sympathetic nervous system to be activated all the time. Okay. Except if you need it, if you need the sympathetic nervous system. Okay. Does that make sense? I'm gonna have to make sure that that's not in a space that I'm gonna figure this out so I can like write it on here and you guys can see it. I just haven't figured that out yet. But anyways, so this is your ritual. Okay, are you ready for this ritual? This is your testosterone power ritual. All right. So first, you're going to make sure that you eat healthy foods. You're going to make sure that you're 80% of the time eating those healthy foods, walnuts, egg yolks, for the fatty acids, so that you are getting in that testosterone. Egg yolks, walnuts, chia seeds, salmon. These are all healthy, olive oil, all healthy fats. Okay. So it builds your testosterone. Remember, testosterone is a complex hormone. It needs fats. It needs healthy fats to create itself. It's a compound. Okay, this is the scientific. Oh, I just love it. It makes me so excited. It's the scientific part of it where it is literally needs the cholesterol, the fats to make itself. Okay, so you need to make sure that those things are in your diet. Your body can strip it from places that doesn't just provide it easily, but you don't want your body to overwork itself. Remember, this is a ritual, okay? So make sure that you're eating those things. Now, of course, meditate, pray, whatever it is that you do to bring those stress levels down. Make sure that you're doing that, okay, y'all? Also, okay, drinking your water, making sure you're getting that. You have to hydrate. It's very important to make everything to transfer the nutrients through liquid, through blood. Okay, you need to hydrate. Make sure that you are drink tea. I was about to say taking herbs. You take herbs, but drink tea. Drinking tea is a great way to relieve stress, to also boost testosterone, and just to boost your life just to the max. Tea is amazing. I'm gonna make some tea as soon as I finish my dinner. Oh shoot! I said I was gonna eat dinner at 6. Anyway, sorry. So yes, as soon as I eat my dinner, I'm gonna make us some tea. Me and my husband some tea. My kids drink tea at night. They drink chamomile tea. So just have introduce these testosterone producing, boosting habits. That's what I'm looking for. Create your ritual and be intentional about your health so that you are able to enjoy everything that comes from how your body was made to be in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, in your 70s until you cross over. Okay. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I'm gonna leave y'all with this because I was talking about morning wood and how you should have regular morning woods as a man, and it was so crazy because in the comments, this man was like, "You don't have morning woods as a man. That's only teenage stuff. You don't have that anymore." And I'm like, "No, you can still have it. You don't ever have to decline. As long as you're intentional about your health, you can get better. You can get better over time. You can be more erect than you were back then if you are intentional and you make effort and you make sure that it happens. So incorporate all of these things into your life, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Probably like afternoon or night because I do have a soccer game with my baby. But yes, I will see you guys on Saturday. You guys can ask me anything. But yeah.